process of growing up, most people lose curiosity, the curiosity to know more about everything. And eventually we give rise to certain beliefs. Beliefs like, I don't want to ask this question, I might look silly. Or if I ask this question, people might think that I'm dumb or stupid. Or for some people, they assume that they know all the main things that they need to know, and so they don't bother to ask questions. And with such belief, we forget why we really need curiosity in our life. Hello everyone, this is Zilkan Kapwala. In today's video, I am going to share with you ways that you can be curious again. We all as kids used to ask so many different questions, but there is a reason why we stopped asking those questions. We need to explore those reasons and find our way again to curiosity. Because remember, curiosity is mother of invention. But before we dive into the video, if you're new to my channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button down there. And if you've already subscribed, let me tell you, I genuinely appreciate your presence. According to research, a preschooler as kid asks 100 questions on average to their parents each day. But as they grow up in middle school, they completely stop asking questions. And one of the reasons I believe this happens is because of our school system. Our school rewards us for giving or for having a good answer, but not for asking good questions. Our own development as an adult slowed down is because we stopped asking questions. Curiosity opens up new world and possibilities for us. Curiosity makes our mind active instead of passive. Curiosity makes your mind more observant of new ideas. And it also brings excitement into your life. You might be wondering, but how can I be more curious? Well, here are my 5 ways. Listen without judgment. Listening without judgment means not forming opinions or not jumping to a conclusion. But that's not what we all do in our daily lives. We often during a conversation jump to conclusions. We think what the other person is trying to say is something that we already know, and so we cut them off. But that's not listening without judgment. If you really want to listen and learn and absorb the material or things that they're really trying to say, just listen to them. Even if you have the urge of speaking, just wait until they are fully finished. Ask questions. I've said this before, but I'll tell you again that asking questions is really important in building curiosity. Once you ask questions, your brain automatically gets on the solution mode. So it's trying to get the answers from all the information it has just by that one question you had. Imagine how much curiosity you're building, how much knowledge you're gaining, and how much of learning is happening in your brain. But there is a difference between just asking questions and asking the right question. I remember when I came to US for my further studies, during my classes, I always wanted to ask questions, but that was my urge to ask questions. At that point, I wanted to ask questions because I wanted to look better. I did not listen actively to what my professor was saying. In my head, I was always searching for questions so that I could ask first. And as soon as I asked questions, I wasn't even listening to what my professor or my colleagues had to say. All I was feeling the moment of pride and accomplishment for just asking the question. That's absolutely not the way of learning and being curious. Eventually, I had to train myself from stopping to ask questions and then relearn to ask the right questions. Asking questions foster personal growth as well as creativity. So make sure you ask the right questions. And the simple way to ask the right question is to start your question with why instead of how or what. Don't be afraid to say, I don't know. Oftentimes during a conversation, there are topics that we absolutely have no idea about. Instead of just nodding your head or agreeing to whatever the other person is saying, ask questions. Just express to them that you have no idea what they're talking about. Just say, I don't know, can you please explain more? From there, your conversation actually goes in the right direction. See learning as fun. Until the point that you find learning as fun, there is no way that you'll be curious and willing to learn more about anything at all. Try to explore new topics. Try to read books. If you don't like books, try to search for those videos. Even if you don't like videos, try podcasts. See what works for you and see how learning becomes fun for you. And lastly, willing to be wrong. Our whole society and everyone around us wants us to be right. And the drive to be right does not create place for innovation and creativity, because all we want is to be right. We don't want to do errors, no mistakes. But don't you think all the inventions and creations that we see today did not happen right the very first time? It took them a lot of trial and error. And so if you're not willing to be wrong, there is no place for errors in your life. Well, that's it for today's video, my friend. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If there is one thing that you would like to take from this video, remember, the greatest gift is not being afraid in asking questions. I really hope this video serves you well. Make sure to share this video with your friends and family, and I will see you in my next video. Till then, stay curious. Bye.